Fellow FPL managers, today we are looking at the best wildcard team you can make for FPL in Game Week 4. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. This team doesn't really tee you up for a bench boost or a free hit, but with 15 players who are playing regular minutes, you will be able to bench boost on several occasions, and a free hit can be saved for when a few of your players have bad fixtures or you get a few injuries. This team also costs less than 100 million. As of when I'm recording, I'm pretty sure it's 99.2, so it may go up a little bit, but it's very affordable for anyone watching. Anyway, let's get right into it. We are starting with the goalkeeper position and the defenders. We have Vicario in goal. He is the highest scoring keeper so far this season, but that's not why I'm picking him. Thomas Frank is the Spurs manager. And when he was at Brentford, Flecken was the best goalkeeper in FPL because they conceded a high number of shots outside the box and they had some clean sheet potential. This means loads of potential for save points, making Vicario a really good goalkeeper option. Dubravka on the bench is fairly self-explanatory, you know, the cheapest keeper who actually gets regular minutes. In defence, I believe Gabriel is essential. Guys, the Arsenal defence is ridiculously good and they're going to keep a high number of clean sheets this season. They were unlucky not to get more last season. Playing home to Forest is a very likely clean sheet, and the 2 game weeks that follow playing Man City and Newcastle. Sure, they don't look great, but Man City and Newcastle aren't on great form, so who knows, they could be low scoring games and Gabriel could get some more clean sheets. Next to him we have Senesi, who is a defensive contributions beast at the moment, averaging 14 per game. Bournemouth have the best fixture run in the league along with Spurs, a lot of green fixtures coming up and Senesi is getting regular minutes, so we have plenty of clean sheet potential there. Next to him, finishing off the back 3, we have, in my opinion, the best defender to own in Game Week 4 in Munoz playing for Crystal Palace. Lots of goal threat, lots of assist potential and some decent clean sheet potential well against the easier teams. The Crystal Palace defensive data isn't amazing at the moment, but they will keep some clean sheets in the easy games, and like I said, Munoz has loads of attacker potential against even the tough games. They play home to Liverpool in a few game weeks time, and I would still start him for that fixture because he has so much threat going forward. On the bench we have Williams, who plays away to Arsenal, but the 2 game weeks that follow he plays 2 newly promoted teams, so 2 games with a lot of clean sheet potential. Then we have Ronaldo, a cheap 4 million defender who has good chance of getting defensive contribution points in most games, currently averaging 9.7 per game. Like I said before the video started, this team is fairly cheap, it's just over 99 million, so if you have some money in the bank, you could upgrade him to a 4.5 or 5 million defender. This defense rotates really nicely and you won't need to make a transfer in it for at least 5 or 6 game weeks. In fact, this whole team sets you up so for the next 5 game weeks, you should only really need to make 1 transfer at most. We are playing a midfield 4 and you guys could already tell by the way I set up the formation, there are just way too many good forward options to only play a front 2. In this midfield 4, we have Mbeumo as the Man United attacker I like the most. This could be Bruno if you can afford it. This could be Cunha if he's back from injury, which he should be by at least game week 5. I am a Man United fan. I have watched every Man United game this season, and Mbeumo by far looks like the best attacker to own. He's passing the eye test and he's doing all right on the data as well. I personally own Bruno Fernandes, and if I could do a straight swap, I would, but that's kind of a waste of a free transfer going from a Man United attacker to a Man United attacker. The Man United fixture run isn't great, but we do have Joshua King on the bench playing home to Leeds, then home to Brentford next game week. So he can cover Mbeumo playing away to Man City in game week 4 if you don't want Mbeumo for a tough fixture. And when Grealish plays away to Liverpool in game week 5, you could play Joshua King home to Brentford. So he's a really good bench option, only 4.5 million. Another reason why midfield 4 is really good because you have amazing bench cover in Joshua King. With Grealish, there's 2 other Everton attackers you could have in this team in Ndai and Dewsbury Hall. I personally think Grealish is the best, but if you want to save money, Dewsbury Hall is the best value asset to bring in. Ndai is doing well. He's got 2 goals in 3 games, but he's only had 3 shots in 3 games, meaning his output may not be as reliable in the future. Dewsbury Hall's underlying data is quite similar to Jack Grealish, but Jack Grealish has played less minutes so far because he missed most of game week 1, and Grealish is on amazing form. And yeah, like I said just a second ago, bench cover for game week 5 is perfect in Joshua King. Next up we have Wirtz, who I believe is the only reliable Liverpool attacker you can bring in for game week 4. Obviously there's Salah, but he is way too overpriced playing as a right winger. Liverpool, for the first time since Salah has joined, they actually play with a proper striker now, which they haven't been doing for several years. Salah was the main attacking threat for Liverpool. He was their talisman. It's no longer the case. We've seen in these first few game weeks, Ekatike is hogging all the expected goals, with the wide players like Salah and Gakpo being a little less involved in the play. Salah's underlying data is absolutely awful and nowhere near where it should be for a player costing 14.5 million. Don't get me wrong, the Vert's underlying data is only a little bit better, but he is still way more involved in a lot of the plays going forward, and he's got reliable minutes at 6 million less. I think he is definitely a better Liverpool attacker to go for than Mohamed Salah. Isak and Ekitike and Gakpo, we'll have to wait and see who's starting and who isn't. We don't know for sure yet. No one's really sure whether Isak coming is going to take away from Gakpo's minutes or Ekitike's minutes, or maybe both. So we'll have to wait and see on that one and play it safe for now. With the final midfielder in this team, we have Semenyo, who is the best midfielder to own in FPL in my humble opinion. He's gone up 0.4 million so far, now costing 7.4 million in total, and I still think he's a great value asset. The second highest expected goal so far this season. I know it's only been 3 game weeks, but he's looked really good going forward. And I said it earlier with Tennessee, Bournemouth have an amazing fixture run, something you definitely want to be taking advantage of. Going into the front three now, guys, we have Haaland in the team. You all saw it coming. I think Haaland is the best player to own in FPL. He has 3.9 expected goals this season. The second highest is Semenyo with 1.9 expected goals, okay? Haaland is in a class of his own. The Man City fixture run isn't amazing, and they play away to Arsenal very soon, but that doesn't put me off the fact Haaland is the best premium in the game, miles better than Salah. He is also perfect for triple captaincy in game week 6 playing home to Burnley, so you do not want to be missing out on these Haaland points coming in the next few game weeks. You can pretty much permanently captain Haaland every single game week if you wanted to. There may be times where you want to do Verts, Watkins, or Mbumo, maybe some Semenyo, but Haaland, 90% of the time, he's going to be your captain and you won't need to think twice about it. We have Watkins, who is on awful form at the moment and who a lot of people are going to disagree with, but I think Watkins is, debatably one of the most essential players on Wildcard. The Aston Villa fixtures are still amazing, and Aston Villa are a good team. We know this. They are going to find their form on this easy fixture run, and along with Aston Villa, Watkins will find his form. We know he's a good player. We know he's Premier League proven. It's not like he's all of a sudden lost all his talent and become a bad football player. With Watkins, it's not a matter of if he's going to get better, it's a matter of when he's going to get better. And I believe it is going to be very soon because these fixtures for Aston Villa look really good. Last but not least, we have a bit of a differential. I think Evan Nilsson is incredibly underrated and flying under the radar. This wild card does have triple Bournemouth, and I have no problems with that. They have a really good fixture run. I've said it too much this video. I feel like a broken record, but it's true. Evan Nilsson will have penalties when Kluivert isn't on the pitch. At least that's how it was last season, and Kluivert doesn't look like he's starting most games, even though he's back from injury. So I quite like Evan Nilsson's chances of being on penalties this season. He hasn't been massively involved in the expected goals. Semenyo's been hogging all the expected goals for Bournemouth, but Evan Nilsson did bag a goal in game week 3, and once a striker gets going, it's hard for them to stop. Last season, he was a great FPL asset. He was getting a lot of expected goals and finishing his chances quite consistently. While I am a huge fan of him, I do believe you could get either João Pedro or Mateta, who are also both very reliable options. Me personally, it's just the medium to long term. I think Evan Nilsson is the best player to go for, even though he is very risky. But if you want to play it safer and you can afford it, you may as well get João Pedro in this team. Guys, that is it, the full 15-man squad. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. Let me know what you think I should do differently. You can upgrade players like Mbumo to Bruno or Evan Nilsson to João Pedro, like I just said. You can even make some of the defenders a little more expensive if you want to. Or if you have the budget, upgrade Joshua King and get a stronger bench option for your 5th midfielder. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did make it this far, you are really appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video.